until you reclaim yourself and you make yourself a priority and you heal your past and you become a whole integrated being, you can't actually be a selfless person. So this is actually for all the people pleasers out there, all of the people who, like me, did everything that you could to be a good person, right? We try to be kind and loving and caring and respectful. We give to other people. We sacrifice ourselves. What if I told you that underneath all of that stuff that looks so kind and caring and loving is a wounded inner child? And what those behaviors are really is just us trying to stay safe, trying to win the love and approval from other people, trying to avoid getting hurt. I know, it doesn't mean that you're not a genuinely good, kind person, but it's probably going to come from this distorted place until you heal your inner child, until you give yourself the love that you're looking for from others. Because what happens is deep down inside, you're just trying to get those needs met. So oftentimes we're kind and good and respectful and caring, hoping other people will treat us that way too, hoping that other people will give to us. They'll love us, or at least, God willing, they won't hurt us. So could we make the argument that it's actually selfish? That we're trying to get our own needs met by the way that we're acting in the world? I mean, that's what coping mechanisms are. That's what happens is we learn to cope in a world that maybe was really unstable and difficult as a child, and we learned how to get our needs met. We learned how to, in some ways, manipulate other people, our parents, to get our needs met. We'll act like a good girl so that mommy and daddy won't yell at us. We will say the right things because mommy and daddy will be proud of us. We'll do good in school because then mommy and daddy will brag about us to their friends. And it feels good because we want mommy and daddy's love and approval. But then what happens is we take those behaviors and those patterns and then we bring them into our current life as adults, and we start to act in those ways with our friendships, in our marriages, with our children even, and we're just trying to get those needs met that never got met fully as a child. So what if I told you that the way that you can actually be a truly selfless person is by first reclaiming connection to yourself, by reparenting that inner child, by you giving all of those generous things that you give to everybody else in the world, hoping that they'll do those things back to you? What if you give them to yourself? What about if you come in and love yourself the way that you're so good at loving other people? What about if you came in and loved yourself the way that you needed when you were a little girl? And then you grow up that little part of you and become whole. Imagine if you love yourself so much that you are spilling over love. Now that is when we become selfless. That's when it's like off the charts, right? Because we have so much love that we can't even contain it, and it just pours over and permeates the world. That we feel so peaceful inside that when we're with other people, they get to borrow our peace and experience us as peaceful, whole people. That we shine our light so bright that other people want to be around us because when they're in our presence, they feel our love and they feel loved. That is the spiritual path. That is how we love. That is how we change the world. So I invite you, if you find yourself out there trying to win the love and approval from other people, trying to avoid getting hurt by doing all of these kind and nice gestures, see if you could start to turn some of those around to you. Fill your own cup. Love yourself. And if you love yourself like that, I promise you, you will be the pinnacle of selfless after you've reclaimed yourself. If you want to learn more about that, my name is Deb Blum, and I run the Whole Soul Way program where I help women walk on this journey, on this path to reclaiming themselves, to walk themselves home to themselves so that they can become the ultimate selfless person. They can be so filled with love that they spill over to everyone in their lives. And when they feel so filled up with their own love, they're no longer seeking love from others, and yet they're experiencing this love so deeply all around them.